Do you feel excited when you got new pants?
Oh, new pants. Not so much. New shoes. I like new shoes.
Gee.
Do you get excited about new pants?
Well, I just got given a pair of, and I'll give them a plug because it's worthwhile. Adidas are putting out pants made from ocean plastic.
Wow.
Sounds like that should be a sponsor, but
They've gone to the ocean, to that big plastic pit.
You would think that would be harder than actually creating a material to go to the ocean, get the mind you, it's washing up everywhere. And then
There's some bloke just collecting them, like collecting cans. I got at least $2 for Adidas here.
Well, remember when you used to get
Cash a can.
yeah, and
Cash a
also
can, cash a can.
yeah, and bottles you get 5 cents a bottle.
Oh, that was great days. That was very early on, though. I was more the cash a can generation.
Cash a can.
When we lived
So
in
the
a
big-
shared house, we would collect all our Coke and Fanta cans.
a big plastic bag.
In a big plastic bag, and then take it to
Yeah.
this depot, and the guy would go, "That's $4." He's like, $4. And some would put rocks in the cans. And
Of
they're like,
course, that's smart. Bit of sand.
nah, he was onto it though. This guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But
Have you worn them yet?
I wore them last night, and because I'm not big on the shorty short, the Cal Knight short. I don't like it. I'm big on the long, almost to your knee short because I don't know, maybe because I've got skinny legs.
Same here.
Do you wear shorts? You wear shorts?
Yeah, I like cargo shorts
You're
with
a
all those
cargo guy.
pockets.
You got all those
just in
pockets.
case war breaks out somewhere, and I'm ready.
Yeah. If you've got a bandage in your pocket, certainly have.
Those pockets are ridiculous, but sometimes you find stuff in there.
Yeah.
I think it's actually good for parents because you can put all sorts of crap in
Yeah,
there.
but then your pants fall down because they're so heavy.
yeah,
But anyway, they're made from plastic, and
they feel all right.
I feel well. I found a bottle cap up my ass last.
Shimmy along. They make a noise.
No, they look good. They feel good. Look, I find that I do tend to sweat with an artificial fibre,
Yeah, well, of course, like polyester.
whereas with wool, and
Have you got them on now?
No.
They're just a jean.
yeah, you got your wool. Don't sweat with that.
No.
You got your cotton, and the best of all is
A blend.
what's the really fine wool? Cashmere.
Oh,
I'm
cashmere.
a cashmere guy. If I ever wear my cashmere over my shoulder, feel free to slap me across the
Oh,
face.
yeah, like you come off a yacht.
But cashmere is
Cashmere's-
light and it's very warm.
Really? So I'm intrigued by these pants. Are they? Can you see the old form of plastic in there? Can you see like
Little lumps.
the Fanta logo or the Big Mac thing?
No, you can't. No, you'd never pick him.
What colour are they?
Black.
Oh,
Maybe,
wow.
maybe I should have worn them in.
Sort of like leather pants.
No, well, like Lederhausen.
Yeah.
Around about the same length as Lederhausen.
Oh, okay. So they're a short. Sorry, they're a short. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I think
you wore
I
that-
remember, and I don't know why we stopped having plastic bags at the supermarket because I used to bring mine back and I put them in a big tub and they were used to make seats in parks.
So they said they were.
Oh, you like Simon.
Well, they did that thing on War on Waste, which I haven't seen a lot of.
So
My
they don't
kids have
do it.
seen it. They put a tracking device in a plastic bag, just ended up in a landfill,
Oh, really?
and dropped it in one of the big supermarkets. Yeah.
We've got the new tub on the sink for food now. Have you got the green tub?
What's? Oh no, is it a compost?
Yeah, we've gone
We've
from
got compost in the backyard though.
no, we got your compost bin,
Yeah.
and then you now put your food waste in your compost bin.
Oh.
It's the latest thing.
Oh.
Then we had a big thing to do that. We had to have talk about waste. We had to go from a red bin lid to a green bin lid.
Oh, that's quite complicated. Do you put your
Well,
compost?
why bother? Why don't I just say change the connotation of what the colour means rather than going like?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. What a huge amount of waste to say, oh, you can now put your food. But just tell us we can put our food waste in the green bin.
Who does a stand-up routine about they went down to Bunnings and just bought a purple bin to freak the neighbours out?
I never know. How do you know?
It's Richard Stubbs. Yeah, Richard Stubbs.
You've got to.
I know all the different bins. I bought a bin for a show from Bunnings because I used to wheel it in, pretending I was putting the bin out. Oh, hello everyone!
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. It wasn't worth it. Was not worth the $40.
You still got it?
I put it out with my rubbish in. I've got 2 bins. They call me 2 Bin O'Neill. In
But
the
hang
street.
on. Does the machine grab it? Okay.
Yeah. You know what makes the machine grab it and makes we have Garbos still. We have Garbos that run along and put it on the machine.
Oh, you haven't got the one guy driving the truck with a big arm.
No, we got
You're old
Garbo.
school.
We got old school. I don't know why. Tony Shaw used to do my Collingwood captain. Used to do my area. He said.
What?
Yeah.
But before.
Because he said, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in Clifton Hill." He goes, "What street?" I tell him the street. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I know. What number?" I go, "Number 6." And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
He goes, "Big house."
Yeah.
Like, how do you know that? He goes, "Mate, I did the Garbo run for years around
Yeah.
there."
Throwing away a lot of pasta, a lot of rice.
Yeah.
Not appropriate.
Well, you remember when footballers had jobs? He was a Garbo.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, a premiership player. Anyway, so now I just put out and the reason is they pick it up is that every year I give them 6 Crown Lagers. Yeah, see that?
Where do you leave them?
On top of the bin.
What? Hang on. What about in the middle of the night?
Oh no, you got to be careful. You got to listen for it.
Oh, then you run out.
Run out with them.
But hang on. So what do you get?
It was very embarrassing when I ran out with them, and it was the green waste guys, and I just kept.
Thanks. Oh, you're a good man. Oh, that's
no one gives us anything.
That's great for your sitcom. That's a great.
Yeah, it's a great. Yeah, you're right with a. Cut to me in the park drinking them. Yeah, because my Kieran's like, you can't leave them on the bin. Someone will steal them.
Of course.
Anyway, I just try and listen for them.
But why do you do that? Because they pick up your rubbish.
Yeah, and they do a good job. And then the rest of the year, I could put a dead body in that bin. They'd pick it up.
Oh, I see. Because Selena sometimes complains. No, I shouldn't say that. If the cleaning lady hasn't done enough or something, you go, she cleans our toilets.
Yeah, I know. Who wants to do that?
Who wants to do that?
I know. We've all done it.
What if they make, if they forget to dust down that little, corner there,
It's a tough job.
Yeah, like this doing the show. And
Yeah,
we do
it's a
this.
tough job.
What do we do? Hey, there's an idea.
What?
Perhaps people who listen to the show for free could maybe put half a dozen
stubbies on our bin.
out the front here.
And we're not big drinkers either, so maybe chocolate. You probably don't eat chocolate. Probably on your FODMAP.
Just while we're on that, I just came back. I worked in New Zealand, and they gave me a bottle of wine. What did I do? Stupid. Put it in my bag. Couldn't get it through.
Oh.
And I said to the woman, oh, you'll enjoy that. She goes, no, we can't drink it because it could be. I mean, seriously, it could be full of.
Yeah, something.
But you haven't even cracked the top of it.
I know.
So it all goes to waste.
Oh, yeah. So they say. Again, so they say.
Hey, now there's a good idea for a podcast.
Hey, bro.
So they say.
Yeah, hey, bro. Get any wine at work today, love? Yeah, got this one from that guy from the TV. Oh, that'll be okay. Open it up.
But last time you drank it, you went to hospital.
Yeah, you got poisoned, eh? Here's the music.
Yeah, look out.
Hello and welcome to Somehow Related, and now please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Welcome to the podcast. As Sam said our names and getting great reviews. I actually read the reviews. I've never read the reviews before. You can read them on your phone.
Yeah.
I've never read them before. I love that one woman said we were new age.
One said that we were okay for men and women.
Yeah, well, that's good because obviously
I thought we were a bit boysy, but anyway.
No, there's a few. You haven't heard some of the really blokey podcasts. You've heard Joe Rogan and those sort of guys.
I have heard Joe Rogan.
Isn't he pretty blokey?
Have I told you about my knitting? What I'm knitting at the moment?
Yeah. What about your candles, Glenn? Tell us about your candles. What you're lying.
Here's the thing. I used to burn candles at home. Then we've got white ceilings. You get
staining the ceiling.
Stain the ceiling. Why would you do that?
That's really interesting.
Anyway,
I didn't know that.
Just burn it for us. Just anyway.
Okay,
so somehow related. If you're listening to it for the first time,
welcome,
and if you're not, then welcome back. And thanks to all the people who've been sending in some terrific ideas.
Yeah,
not that we know, that we look at them,
and getting involved on Facebook too. There is a group you can join. I'm active on there, and I do put photos of Glenn on there occasionally. I put a photo of a FODMAP product the other day that I found.
Oh, really?
Yeah, chicken broth. FODMAP approved. People like that.
I'm with my naturopath. I'm doing really good work with my naturopath.
And also thanks to the woman the man who put on a photo of his dishwasher with that idea. His wife, who's a teacher, has made up the empty and full sign.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Clean and dirty sign that we talked about last week.
Yeah. Did we explain it properly?
Yeah. I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did.
So
listen back to the last one.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get the topics.
Romans and stilts.
Okay, well,
Romans. What does that mean?
The Roman Empire.
I mean, it's pretty broad.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I've been to a lot of Roman ruins. There's some great ones in Australia. Cryle Castle.
I've seen a few Roman ruins.
Where you seen? What have you done?
The
Colosseum's Roman. That's
and then there's it's
amazing. The Colosseum.
Have you been inside the Colosseum?
Yeah. Not underneath.
No, have you been inside?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I read something the other day where they used to fill it with water.
Yes.
And they would have...
Yes, little battles. Yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, AFL, put your finger out. Seriously, blokes running around with a ball.
Yeah, exactly. You're
trying to get Collingwood playing Carlton in boats.
Yeah. It is amazing when you look at that Colosseum and go, wow, this is incredible.
50,000?
It was a while ago, yeah.
No.
Oh,
I think it was
50,000 people.
Yeah, 50,000. So it's half the MCG-ish. And when was it created? Like, so it's like around AD, wasn't it?
Yeah,
70
yeah.
AD or something like that.
Yeah, because the Romans were around when Jesus was. They stuck him on a cross. They were Romans that did that.
They were the blokes who did
were the
that.
ones, mate. But it is the Colosseum is amazing when you go along. And there's all the remnants of the food stores. They had bars. They had places for the slaves, places for the posh people.
Yeah, and a lot of animal stuff. A lot of animals.
animals.
Thousands of animals were killed in the name of entertainment. But But anyway, this is Roman. So what are we talking? Emperors? We're talking. What are we talking? Nero,
Caesar. These are ones I can remember.
Augustine.
I'm just impressed by how far the Roman Empire spread. Because, they tried to invade England twice and failed the first time, then the second time they succeeded. And then went and built Hadrian's Wall, which I was talking about the other day, which I've been to, which is amazing too.
But didn't it get so big, and then there was the it went from a republic to something. Oh, I can't remember.
It collapsed, basically.
It collapsed, yeah.
It collapsed.
It just got too big for itself.
Too big, man.
Too big for its pants.
We've seen it like when, say, McDonald's get too many stores.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's right.
They can't manage everything. It's like it's too big.
What else?
What else can you say about the Romans? Well, they were very good soldiers. Very good soldiers. So they had a lot of warfare that, people hadn't seen before. They do that great one. Have you seen, what show is it where they do the turtle kind of tortoise thing where they all get their shields and surround each other? You've seen it on movies. It's great.
Well, I was watching Four Corners, and they were doing that with the umbrellas in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Well, the Romans invented that. That's just somehow related right there.
Oh, yeah, that's very good.
Yeah. I don't know, but I've been to a lot of Roman ruins, and it's always aqueducts. I love an aqueduct.
Some of the water systems are still used now.
Yeah, sewers.
I was in Italy, and we were up shooting the Kath and Kim movie, and the water was just coming out of a fountain in the middle of a little courtyard. And people were just drinking from it. You're going, seriously?
Yeah. Probably Roman era.
Yeah, and it's probably just, working perfectly.
I don't know what else you can say about Romans. They're an impressive, very impressive army, that's for sure.
Sistine Chapel, where's that?
Yeah, that's in the Vatican. I've been there. Oh, the Vatican's boring. Oh, don't get me started. I've talked about the Vatican before. How we went on this tour, and my wife was sick, so I took the kids, and we had a crazy woman, and she kept saying crucifixion was like a daily event. I said, like a parking ticket? She goes, exactly. The Sistine Chapel, is that Roman?
I think so.
Yeah, it would have been around that time.
So what do you got? You got a lot of churches. You got a lot of
forts,
a lot of
fountains, forts, aqueducts. Yeah. They did love an amphitheatre too. The Romans. There's a lot of amphitheatres around. So
that's theirs. I think the Romans were the first one to have a shopping mall.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wow.
So hey,
you go to an English town, they're like, oh yeah, and check. No, don't speak like that. Make sure you check out the Roman ruins while you're here. They're quite in good condition. And there's always Roman ruins.
Where?
Oh, in British towns like Bath has got Roman baths. Have you been to Bath?
I've never been to a Roman bath.
Oh, no. They've got like the original baths. It's incredible. Really amazing.
I've been to a couple of saunas and stuff in Australia.
Yeah, I'm sure. One of my friends was telling me, Ben Lomas, friend of the show, he fell asleep in a sauna the other day.
Well, that's dangerous.
He said he's addicted to saunas.
Addicted to saunas?
He's addicted to saunas.
Meaning that he gets so relaxed he just falls asleep
and
all the water pours. Well, there's no doubt that
it's good for you.
Who did that? Who was the one? Who is it? The Greeks or the
Romans who did the sauna?
Yeah,
I think it was both of them. I've got an image of them because someone was stabbed in the sauna. That's right. One of the emperors was stabbed in a sauna. They let a crack at him. The 20 blades or whatever.
Who did Caesar?
No, that's Romans. Hail Caesar. Yeah, that's the Romans.
And now here's where I'm confused. Julius Caesar was real, yeah?
Yeah, he's real.
Was the play that Shakespeare wrote based on fact? No.
I don't know.
Wouldn't be, would be.
No idea. What's the play that he wrote?
Didn't he write Julius Caesar?
Oh, did he? Sam, did Shakespeare write Julius Caesar?
Hold on, that's a little bit further back in history than I'm used to.
Because I saw Marlon Brando.
Oh, yes.
Now, Mark Antony, who's Mark Antony? Is that Julius Caesar? Oh, God, showing my
something
lack of knowledge here. Friends, countrymen, lend me your ears. That was it?
Yes. I think you're right. I just think of Othello and I think of that kind of Shakespeare.
Here we go. It's a play by William Shakespeare.
It's a play. And Julius Caesar, or was it just Caesar? Was it Julius Caesar?
The Tragedy of Julius Caesar is a history play and tragedy by William Shakespeare.
What is based on true events?
Believed to have been written in 1599, it is one of several plays written by Shakespeare based on true events from Roman history, which also include Coriolanus and Antony and Cleopatra.
Friends.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
It might be interesting to hear a little bit. We've never had Shakespeare on the...
No. Do you a fan of Shakespeare? My kid's doing Shakespeare at the moment.
I was in Hamlet at uni.
Of course.
I didn't have any dialogue.
What, you said dead body or something?
I was one of the soldiers or something. So, is there any more we can... Because I'm actually already, without even talking about stilts, I'm thinking about something.
Oh, you thinking we've got something already?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's move on to stilts. I think Romans is such a big category, and they are such a big, powerful force.
This is interesting.
Stilts, on the other hand, are just, when you think of stilts, you just think of annoying street performers, don't you?
Yeah,
and hurting your ankle.
Let's look. Why are we looking at that person? Because he's really tall.
I mean, it's impressive.
Is it?
Yeah, when you see someone in it's like something like Moomba Parade, which we have in Melbourne. You love a stilt,
but
man.
don't you just think about if they fell over?
All
you go, hang on now. Seriously, you are so tall. If you went down, you'd probably go into the crowd.
Yes.
That's a health hazard. Do you have some sort of insurance, some sort of coverage?
Oh, they would have these days.
They have to, because it's easy to trip over.
Imagine going to the insurance guy. I need insurance. What are you, a tradesman? Well, no, I'm a stilt walker.
A what?
Well,
you heard it.
Look on the computer.
Did I tell you about that? What happened in the comedy company?
No.
Sorry.
No, you've
never told story, but it is on topic.
You've never told this before on the podcast.
Okay. So we were doing the comedy company. Uncle Arthur was doing some house renovations. And the joke was he had to clean out the guttering. And the joke was he got up to clean the gutter and the ladder breaks and it goes dun 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 dun, dun and it all the steps break down to the bottom and they turn into a pair of stilts.
Wow, genius. Did you write this?
Well, it is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah.
So
I might have stolen it from somewhere, I don't know.
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. Sounds like Chaplin, doesn't it? Anyway, so when you want to be an actor, what you do, anyway, you fill out a form that says, you can...
skills.
Skills. You can
motorbike riding,
languages, drive a truck, gymnastics, tap dancing,
singing, guitar.
But there's a whole lot of stuff. I think...
what do you... I always just put down bass guitar.
Of course you do, because you played in a band.
And that's it. I can't sing or... go on.
So... we needed a stilt walker. So you ring up an agency and they go through their files and they go, oh, we've got one.
Yeah, we've got Larry the street performer.
Larry the street performer who can walk on stilts. Anyway, so I'm doing the scene.
Normally a clown.
I do the scene, we cut, then he gets up the ladder.
In your outfit.
It goes click, 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 and then he's on a pair of stilts. It's obvious from the moment they said action, he had never been on a set of stilts. I started laughing. I'm going, oh no, this could really end in tears. And he could see he was
it a young guy?
A young guy. He's shaking. And he takes one little step, two little step, bang, falls into the car. I'm pissing myself because...
I hope you got this on camera.
Well, because what he's done, he's gone down the list and gone...
Yeah, tick, tick, tick,
he's
tick,
ticked
tick.
everything.
This guy's amazing. He can ride a motorbike, play the guitar and do stilts.
So the computer's brought him up as being able to do stilts. No one got hurt. We got the shot, but
that's
anyway.
terrible. Denise Scott's husband can do stilts. I've seen him. He can do the
Well,
stilt
I
walk.
remember when I was
a clown.
I remember when I was a kid. I don't know whether your kids do this, but you get 2 tin cans.
Yes, with a string.
With a string.
My kids haven't done that. No.
And don't let them do it
because
the way those ones worked is you pulled quite hard. But you could still roll an ankle with that, surely. And with aluminium cans.
When it comes to cans, squish, squish.
Work.
When it comes to cans, we're more. They've done the one with doing the phone though, with the string and the cans.
Oh, that's the other one, isn't it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear.
You're 3 foot away, and I can hear you loud and clear.
We've all been on stilts, but it is quite horrifying.
Yeah,
it makes me feel sorry for women that wear high heels. Sometimes you see women
wear
high heels.
I mean, no wonder they hurt their ankles.
I did name drop celebrity name game the other day again.
How many times have you done it?
5 times.
How many times have you done Spicks and Specks?
45, I think it is. 44?
54. You did it.
Sorry, 54. You're right. It's coming back. I'm
I
waiting for
asked you to lob to your forehand so you could say it.
waiting
but
for the
now
phone call.
there's your goal.
Oh, I want to get, it's 60. But anyway.
Have you been paying attention in New Zealand?
No, that's what you just did.
Yeah, first Australian to go over the big water and do the New Zealand version.
And how was the New Zealand version?
It's great. I mean, they're funny. They're good fun to be around. I sort of was a little bit thinking, oh, God, it's that thing where you go, well, surely we could get a New Zealander to do that. Now they're bringing in Aussies from the other. So there was a part of me thinking they won't want me there. But
they know you from Russell Coit, though, don't you? Kath and Kim or
comedy company, whatever.
Whatever. You're big over there.
I've been big over there since the 80s. Whatever. Get over it. God.
Do you feel more of a star over there than here? Do you get more attention over there, you reckon?
No.
Oh, no.
I did get, I mean, look, I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, I did get a fair bit. And
do
as
they
I
have
said,
like a Sam and Ed? Do they have their own Sam and Ed?
they have
Like
Ursula
a regular.
and
Urshula's on.
Yeah, Carlson, is it? Yeah. And then they have a local guy doing, so there's 2 regulars.
Oh, wow.
And the host, Hayley, don't know her surname.
A female host.
Female who was on the Australian version is fantastic.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know who you
And their sense of humour is slightly different to ours.
Yeah, you're right.
So some stuff I just didn't get, especially with local references I didn't get.
Did you do some New Zealand accents, eh? I don't think it go over too well. I sound South African now. That's what I was doing. South African guys wasn't doing New Zealand.
I better not talk about it because maybe they'll cut me out of the whole show. So maybe I'll
Oh, they can't cut you out of the whole show.
so what we're talking
Anyway, I was doing
there's
Celebrity Name Game with...
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. And
with a female actress, Emily Tahini.
Right. But
Fantastic
God, a
actress.
huge fan of Emily's.
Played my wife in my sitcom, Dave. One night only, that sitcom. Anyway, she was wearing big heels.
That was a year ago, Paul.
I know.
Yeah, God. She was wearing big heels and
And I'm just like, how do you walk in those? And she said, I'm a short ass. I've got to, have to wear them. So women that wear those heels, they're like stilts. Have you ever worn heels?
well, I've said this before. I think
hello.
when I did it in Fast Forward, I wore heels with fishnet stockings, and Michael Veitch walked up the stairs behind me and was making noises that were inappropriate.
You actually don't make a bad woman because you also played a woman with Eric Bana in his. Remember at the end of Full Frontal, they did a pilot for Sean McAuliffe, and they did a pilot like a special. They called it. They were on it. They were on air. They did one with Eric Bana, and they did one with Sean McAuliffe. Remember that? And you were in the Eric one.
Was that?
Yeah, and you and Eric played 2 girls dressed up at a bar. A very funny sketch where and Stephen Curry's the young guy, and they're like, what was it? She doesn't want to talk to you. She doesn't want to talk to you. She's you don't you damage her, don't you?
Oh, the protective one.
Yeah, the protective one. Yeah,
was I the protective one?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Don't you dare treat her badly.
Yeah.
Because she's a beautiful person.
Yeah, that's it. And Curry hasn't even done anything. He's barely approached
Yeah,
you.
because that happened to me. Yeah.
Don't you dare. Don't you
Don't you dare.
So
She's a
you must
beautiful-
have. I probably wrote
That's
that
probably
sketch with you.
yeah, I know. What it came from an incident that I went out
Don't
on.
you dare.
I went out on a blind date, and she brought a girlfriend, and they just happened to both go to the toilet at the same time that I went to the toilet, and the toilets joined. They were joined. You could hear the girls,
yeah, right.
and I could hear the 2 girls talking in the toilet about me, and they're going, "He's quite nice, but he's a little bit up himself." I'm going, I think they're talking about me.
Wow.
Yeah, he thinks he's really funny. He's really clever. Anyway, so we come back out, and I go, we sit back down, and I go, feeling pretty good about myself too. And then they go, what? And I go, yeah, I heard the whole thing, girls. And the other girl, the protective girls, goes, how dare? And the girl that I was on the date with started crying.
Oh my god! What a date!
And then she says, don't you dare do anything. She's a beautiful person.
Yeah, that's it. I wonder if we can find that sketch.
I
I reckon it'd be hard.
Yeah, I've tried to find a few sketches. Anyway, you know that a stilt is a
Stilts.
bird?
I like a type of bird.
Yeah. This wouldn't be a stilt bird, would it?
No, this type of cheese, Stilton. Type of cheese. Beautiful.
And we have a comedian friend called Jeff Stilson.
Yeah.
But there's your modern stilts too. There's your straight sticky. Then there's your kangaroo-y stilts. You ever seen those ones?
Yes. Have I?
Do they count for? Well, they often see them in the big parades and stuff where they've got the big. Well, it's like they've got a version of people who haven't got. People wear those who haven't got legs.
Oh, prosthetic legs. Yeah.
Yeah, not prosthetic leg. It's the.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and they use So
You
people
see athletics with them on.
Yeah, and if they've got one leg,
Yeah.
the guy who shot the
Yeah,
South
in
African.
South Africa, yeah.
Yeah. He had them, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But then people also wear them as normal stilts, and they can jump up really high.
Oh, they've got a spring to
And
them.
they can do like backflips and shit and stuff like that.
Wow.
There's some-
Stilts, I don't know. Stilts just appear to be dangerous to me.
They just are
I
dangerous.
reckon they're dangerous.
Just dangerous.
But then again, if you know what you're doing, enjoy them.
And that's why it's intriguing to watch them, because you go, something bad could happen, and it didn't. And he looks really tall, and he's got funny coloured pants on. Because I was thinking, Rolf Harris, that's not stilts, is it? Jake the Peg.
No, I don't think that is
That
stilts.
was just an extra bitty
I don't know if you
bomb.
can talk about Rolf Harris.
Okay, I won't talk about it.
No, you can.
No, we shouldn't talk about Rolf.
Two
We should.
little boys. And I want to go back to WA. He had some good songs.
Yeah. And the wobble board.
Oh, yeah.
Is he out of prison?
Yeah, I think he is. Or he went back in, or he served his sentence, but then he was accused of more crimes. I think we were about home arrest.
Yeah.
Well, we should just. What have you got? Have you got an idea? Let's have some thinking music.
Well,
some thinking music.
would it be? I'm just thinking. I don't think we've had
Shakespeare?
we've had
Do you want
the Bible
Shakespeare?
read on the show, haven't we? Remember
Yeah.
we had the audio version
Yeah,
of the
that was
Bible. It
great.
wasn't bad. So we're going to the classy end of the pool.
We're going to Shakespeare.
How about we get Mark Anthony, Brando doing Mark Anthony, the Friends countryman, Lend Me Your Ears.
Lend me your ears.
Brando. This is when he wasn't reading the dialogue off the forehead of the bloke that he's acting with, because he used to have dialogue written, put on their shirt.
Really?
Yeah, because he couldn't remember the dialogue. Would that be good?
That'd be
It'll
good.
make you feel a bit classy
Let's
when
do
you listen
it.
to the podcast.
Let's have a listen.
To the public chair. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholden to you.
What does he say of Brutus? He says for Brutus' sake he finds himself beholding to us all.
To a best he speak no harm of Brutus here.
This Caesar was a tyrant.
Nay, that's certain. They are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Gentle Romans. Gentle Romans, hear me. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears.
Wow, Marlon Brando. Have you ever read that? There's the guy wrote a book about the movie on the island of Dr. Moreau, which was shot off Queensland, where Brando was in it. And it was just a complete disaster. Well, they changed directors midway, and the first director ended up being an extra in a lot of scenes. It sounds like the biggest tragedy ever, but Brando was in that.
That's what Star Power really did. Everything revolved around the star.
Being crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
But that's what Apocalypse Now was like that too, wasn't
Yes.
it? But it ended up being brilliant.
Great movie.
Yeah, that's what that speech that he makes is probably worth. Anyway,
Yeah.
hearing it some stage. So this part of the show, we try to
Work it out.
Work it out.
All right, you go.
Well, I'm going to say that the Romans were really smart when it came to painting ceilings, and they were really smart when it came to working with fountains everywhere. You could walk through a fountain without getting wet.
Yeah.
So I think it's an industrial tool they had that converted into people wearing funny pants and being in
Oh,
parades.
wow.
So I think that the Romans invented it in terms of achieving some sort of industrial gain.
I was just going to say the Romans invented stilts, full stop. So, I don't know.
It is hard.
We're both saying the same kind of thing. Should we get the answer?
Yeah.
What is the answer, Sam?
The answer is the Romans were able to invade the fenlands of East Anglia in England. The grass was rich for the land was very wet. The Romans tried to wade through the swamps and local tribes would ambush them easily. A new general arrived from Italy's Pontine marshes. It was a Roman general and showed the soldiers how to get through the swamps without wading up to their waist. He taught them how to use stilts to get through the marshes. At first they were a great success, but the locals soon figured out how to knock them off the stilts and stab them on the way down. It was a brilliant idea at the time.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because as you're going through the swamps, you go, how good is this? How good is this? Then you get to the other side. I guess you get to throw them away then when you jump down from the stilts. But that's very clever.
Imagine the first time the Romans came through the swamps on stilts, and these poor local fens guys are
What
just.
the fuck is going on?
How tall are these blokes?
I thought the swamp would get him. No, look at this. Hey, look, you can still see me. Well, it means I can still shoot you as well.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
See, this is a problem. That was like Vietnam too, was when you're fighting in someone's country, you're fighting the people of their own country. It's too hard.
Yeah.
Even though the Romans were very successful.
Well, I'm reading a book about that. It's like about warfare at the moment. Is that the obstacle is the way. In other words, if you have to fight someone, you don't fight them at their own game because they win.
Yes.
Like when Blitzkrieg, is that when the Germans came through? They worked out if you went in front on, you'd lose. But what you do is step to the side, let them invade, but then
surround them
and come in from behind.
Classic move.
And guerrilla warfare is brilliant.
Guerrilla warfare,
but still warfare.
Still warfare.
Imagine that coming down from the general saying, "Okay, I want some long sticks with the little things on them." And
the guy arriving from the Italian swamps going, "Guys, I've got an idea for you. This is what we do back in Italy." I love it. I love the meeting too between the guys at the fens when they just go, "Okay, we've worked out they're not giants, right? We've worked out they're on these wooden things called stilts. How are we going to bring them down? What are we going to do, guys? Anyone got any ideas?
Push them over?
Yeah, get them a rope. Get a rope. We'll pull a rope and push them over."
Because they haven't got any hands, are they? So, because they're hanging onto the sticks.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
So,
but also stilt in mud.
Stilt in mud. Anything in the swamp is hard because you don't know how deep it goes. You said that's probably not a bad thing for Russell Coit to do when he goes into a swamp.
Get some stilts.
Get some stilts. Yeah. Did I tell you that? I mean, it's interesting when you see something and you interpret it your own way for it to make sense. I'll tell you about the time I was in the gym and I hadn't been to the gym for some time and I looked into the next room. I was on the exercise bike at the time. I looked into the next room and there were people down on the floor with pads on their knees, banging their knees into the floor.
Oh, yeah. And you thought it was a new exercise?
I thought it was a new exercise.
Wow,
I'm going, oh, God, that must be some American thing where you buy pads, you bang the floor, you walk around on all fours. And I watched for about 10 minutes. I realised I was putting down new carpet. It's true. I'm going, you dickhead. Putting down new carpet. But when you think about when you're putting down, and I actually saw a thing not so long ago where people were doing plastering with stilts.
Oh, wow, really?
Plastering on the ceiling.
Really, stilts?
Yeah, so the stilts were only like, a couple of foot high, but it meant that they could, rather than ladder, move, ladder, move, they just walked around on stilts going, just doing the plastering.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. So we laugh at the who was it?
The Romans.
The Romans coming up with their funny sticks, but being a bit taller.
Wow.
And maybe women should think about it if they've,
stilts, if you're a short ass.
If you're a short ass.
Or like Grant Denyer or Rove, get on your stilts.
I mean, just wear long pants.
Yeah, no one will know.
You seriously would not know if they're going, geez, Rove's
shut up a bit.
His pants look a bit long.
Stilts, baby, stilts.
Interested in new books? Subscribe to Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is a new podcast with me, Nellie Thomas. Each episode, you'll hear the first chapter of a new release book from top publishers. Subscribe and listen to Chapter 1, a new podcast with me, Nellie Thomas. Search for Chapter 1 where you're listening now.